Since it launched on PS5 on the 6th of September, Astro Bot has had our brains positively fizzing with unbridled joy. We just can't get enough. So imagine how excited we were to be invited to Team Asobi HQ in Tokyo for a behind-the-scenes tour on how the game, and the character of Astro Bot, came to life. We won't be revealing any of the main story elements, but just be aware there will be mild spoilers for things like PlayStation cameo bots, power-ups, and Easter eggs. If you want to experience all that for yourself, come back to this video once you've seen the credits roll. But if you're itching to know more, here are 21 behind-the-scenes facts and cool bits of in-game trivia we learned during our trip. Let's get into it. Number 1. The very first iteration of Astro Bot was designed in just 5 months. Known as Arbot, this PS4 alternate reality tech demo featured a familiar-looking bunch of adorable mini robots living inside your controller. During our tour of the studio, game director Nico Doucet told us the team had no idea it would one day exist as a full-fledged platformer. 2. If it wasn't for Media Molecule, the UK-based PlayStation studio behind Little Big Planet and Dreams, Astro Bot might not exist at all. During a trip to Media Molecule, director Nico Doucet expressed concerns about the camera position in the aforementioned Arbot's demo, because it was the only game at the time where players had to tilt the camera down to look at the floor. After playing the demo, the team at Media Molecule were full of praise, and reportedly told Doucet not to change it. The rest, as they say, is history. Number 3. Despite this certified banger, Astro Bot was not always called Astro Bot. When Team Asobi's breakout VR platformer, Astro Bot Rescue Mission, burst onto the scene, the titular protagonist's original title was Captain Astro, which was how the designers differentiated the all-important player character from the other bots they'd encounter on their journey. 4. Astros Playroom was a groundbreaking PS5 title that demonstrated the power of PS5's DualSense wireless controller, but the Playroom part is a direct reference to the bot's humble beginnings in The Playroom, a series of augmented reality experiences designed to showcase both the PlayStation camera and DualShock 4 wireless controller back on PS4. Both titles were even pre-installed on their respective hardware, so this was a big full-circle moment for the crew at Team Asobi. 5. An early iteration of Astro Bot made an appearance on The Jimmy Fallon Show, and was even given a playful boot by rapper Ice-T. Nope, this is not a fever dream. This actually happened back in 2013, when PS4's The Playroom was demoed by the famous talk show host, giving the little AR bots their first taste of stardom. And one of them a vendetta against Ice-T. Presumably. 6. Team Asobi's studio director Nico Doucet told us Astro was designed to have a universal appeal, so his unique language consists of a mix of sounds that mimic baby talk. There's a blend of English and Japanese in there, but the overall idea was to create a series of iconic sounds that kids all over the world could imitate and understand, regardless of their native language. Number 7. Astro Bot's adorable laser feet were actually added quite late in the character's overall design, as a helpful mechanic in pinpointing the player's exact position for those tricky platforming challenges. In many platformers, the character's shadow is often enough of an indicator, but this choice allowed for added verticality so players can gauge their location from a greater height. 8. Similarly to those cute laser toes, Astros Scarf was added to his design because the developers knew that something physics-based that trails around the character would look really dynamic during movement, especially when players do this. They know us too well. 9. Moving on from the history of the iconic bot to more in-game trivia, one new mechanic in Astro Bot isn't immediately obvious. Players can now push very gently on the left stick to make Astro tiptoe like a cartoon burglar. Yes, it looks cute, but in terms of gameplay, sneaking lets Astro safely cross breakable floors without them shattering. 10. Knowing this would be Astro's first full-fledged adventure, the devs fine-tuned the player experience in subtle ways. They increased Astro's base run speed and added a new dash state, so if you push on the left stick for a certain period of time, you'll speed up to help you progress through action-packed levels even faster. 11. Team Asobi's animation director Jamie Smith also felt that the wind-up for the charge attack wasn't as quick or responsive as he wanted. So now as soon as you press and hold the charge button, Astro will begin the action straight away. 12. Speaking of animation, here's a fun thing. If you go idle in a level where bots are still yet to be rescued, Astro will actually perform a bespoke searching animation to hunt for companions. If there aren't any bots left to find, Astro will simply chill and play some video games. Relatable. 13. Alongside the level's hidden bots, Astro also reacts to the environment, fanning themselves in hot volcanic terrain, getting all jumpy in a spooky level, and knocking his chilly little knees together in a cold environment. Number 14. Because the animation team at Asobi really thought of everything, the game's many power-up accessories have comedic idle animations of their own. Yes, we've tried them all out, and our favourite is 100% the dog. Astro gives them a biscuit! It's so sweet. 15. On the subject of power-ups, we got to see some early conceptual versions of Astro Bot's many accessories on our tour of Asobi HQ, where we learned that the monkey actually began life as a kind of backpack with robot hands, a bit like Doc Ock's mechanical limbs. Number 16. During our tour, animator Maki Murakami explained that she had the pleasure of bringing to life 77 different types of wildlife in the game. The animals were not part of the original level design, but were added to keep each level feeling lived in and less empty after all the bots had been rescued. 17. Right, time for some fun little Easter eggs from Team Asobi. Did you know that if you hit the Ryu bot in the crash site, he'll fire a Hadouken at his rival? And slapping Ken will cause him to unleash a Shoryuken at Ryu, so you can basically play Street Fighter against yourself in the game. 18. Hitting any bot in the crash site will trigger a unique animation. But did you eagle-eyed Uncharted fans spot this subtle Easter egg? Smack Nathan Drake to see him flip over the sofa, and you'll see he pops up with the same toy gun from Uncharted 4. Nice.
Plastic.
19. Another cool hidden animation we spotted was with Trico, everyone's favourite lovable dog mouse bird thing from The Last Guardian. If you interact with Trico alone, he'll wake up, scratch himself, and settle back down for a snooze. But hit the boy and... I think we better leave. 20. The PS1 Astros playing during the aforementioned idle animation is running a game called Bot Racer, a cheeky Easter egg referencing Ridge Racer. Give the screen a twirl to catch this hidden detail. And finally, fact number 21, one of the coolest things we spotted during our studio tour was this. The colourful in-game mural that players collect jigsaw pieces for in Astros Playroom actually exists in the Team Asobi office, wrapping around the reception area to welcome visitors. It felt so wonderfully surreal to see this vibrant strip of Astro lore displayed as tangible artwork in a real-world setting. Amazing. And that rounds up 21 things we learnt about Astro Bot at Team Asobi's office tour in Tokyo. Are you enjoying Astro Bot as much as we are? Let us know in the comments. Please be sure to leave us a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the notification bell for future updates from PlayStation Access. Bye for now!